Hi guys, so thank you for stopping by my channel. This is Crafty Kim here, and I am going to do my first installment of 12 Days of Christmas, where I will be bringing you 12 projects in the next 12 days. So this is project number 1 from my 12 Days of Christmas, and it's so super cute. I was not the one who developed this pattern. This is a pattern from another YouTuber. I will try my best to leave her channel information in the description box. I just fell in love with this applique that she created, this pattern that she created, and it's just so gorgeous. This you can use as an ornament on its own, either make another side and glue that on or sew that on, or just glue on a felt backing or a piece of material in the back, and you could definitely use this as a ornament for your Christmas tree, and I must tell you it looks absolutely gorgeous. A couple of YouTube friends and family will be getting this as an ornament. Also, what you can do with it is add it on a scarf, on a blanket, a baby's blanket maybe. I am making a couple of table doilies or table runners, whatever you want to call them, and it will look absolutely beautiful on a table doily or a table runner. So you can do a multiple of things with these. So this is what we're going to make today for video number 1, or day number 1 of the 12 days of Christmas. What you're going to need is a pair of scissors, of course your crochet hook, and I am just using a size 6-0 or 6-0 hook. You will be needing pom-poms for the nose, maybe some googly eyes. You could definitely do like I did, just embroider the eyes and the mouth. You could also embroider the nose if you would like. Of course, you're going to need your worsted weight yarn. I am just using Craft Smart in the white. I'm using Nicole's Classic Studio in the pink, and Red Heart Super Saver in the red. So you can basically choose any flesh tone that you like, but I'm using pink. I just tend to lean towards the sweet pink. I just love that flesh tone. You can definitely use ivory, off white, maybe a nice brown, tan, beige color. It's all up to you. Okay, so I'm choosing to go with the pink, because who doesn't love pink, right? Everyone loves pink. So let's go with the pink. So the first thing that we are going to do is chain 4. So make your slip knot. Okay, after you make your slip knot, let's go ahead and make that chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and we are going to go into the first chain that we created by our slip knot. But before we do that, we are going to wrap around the yarn and make double crochets in that first chain space that we made. Okay, so let's do that. Make a double crochet. Okay, so now in that space we have basically 2 double crochets, because the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So in that same chain space we need to make 10 more, okay, to give it a total of 12, and that is going to form our face. So let's go ahead and do that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, now that we have our 12 double crochets inside, we are going to slip stitch in the third from the chain 3 that we made. We're going to count 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to slip stitch in the third. Okay, so now we have row 1 completed. We are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in that same chain space we are going to add a double crochet. Okay, so all the way around for this row 2, we are going to put 2 double crochets in each chain space. So let's do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we are going to slip stitch in the third from hook 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we have completed our face. You can fasten off. Okay, and I'm just gonna trim away this yarn right away because we don't need it. Okay, so this is our face of our Santa. You could even just finish it off with a pink piece just like that. Okay, so now that we've done our pink, which is our face, now we are going to switch to our white, and we are going to start to form the white around the pink. What we are going to do is add on our pink, just go through one of the double crochet stitches, pull through, hopefully this camera will focus, chain up 2, and in that same chain space we are going to add another double crochet, bringing that to 2. Okay, so what we are going to do is chain 2, do 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet all the way around. Okay, so let's do that. The next stitch requires 1. Okay, the next one 2, 1, 2, 1, I'm going very slow just so you guys can see and do the process with me instead of having to pause, play, and pause. At least this way we can do it together. Okay, now that we're done, we are going to slip stitch. We're going to count 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then slip stitch into that third chain space. Okay, so now we've basically done the first rim. Now we are going to work on this part, which is the part of the beard. Okay, and for that, what we are going to do is chain 1. Okay, we chain 1. Then we are going to count 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and in this stitch we are going to add 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, let me grab that yarn again. So we have 4, 5, and 6. Okay, once we have our 6, we are going to count 3 chain spaces again. 1, 2, 3, and in that third one we are going to make a slip stitch. Okay, chain 1, count 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and make in the third chain space 6 double crochets again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we are going to count 3 spaces again and then slip stitch into that space. 1, 2, 3. We are going to slip stitch into that chain space. Okay, chain 1, skip 3 stitches, 1 2 3, and that one we are going to add 6 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Count 3 stitches and slip stitch into that. So 1 2 3. I'm going to slip stitch into the third one. Okay, so now we have made our beard, and we can cut the yarn now. Okay, now we are going to move on to our red yarn. We already did basically everything. Now we are going to be working on the hat. So what we are going to do is take our work, and depending on which side you want this little piece to be on, I made it towards the right hand side because I'm left-handed, so I tend to do things going in that direction, but I'm going to try to make it go this way now. So to do that, the side that we are going to start from, we are going to count 14 stitches. So I had counted this way, the 14 stitches, so the little tip of the hat was on the right side. So now we are going to do it this way, counting 14 stitches. From here we're going to count 14 stitches. Okay, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. So 14 is over here, and I'm just going to use a tail piece. See, this one is long enough, yes, as a marker. Okay, so I just used a piece of the tail as a marker, place marker. So now over here I am going to add on my red. Okay, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to work from the back side. I'm going to turn, because I'm left-handed, so I'm going to turn it backside forward, but you, of course, because you're a right hand, you'll just work it forward stitches. Okay, so now what we are going to do is make 2 half double crochets, 1 double crochet, half double crochet, and so forth. So it'll be 2 1 2 half double crochets across. So in that same space we are going to add a half double crochet. Okay, the next one will be 1 half double crochet. The next one 2 half double crochets. And 1 and 2 1 and 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and here goes the place marker that we made. Going to add 1 there. Okay, now I can take this out, chain 1, turn your work. Okay, so you can see that we made it slanted here, but we'll come back to that little corner here on the side. So once we've done that, we chain 1, we turn our work, and we are going to add a half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Skip the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, skip the first stitch. In the next 3 stitches we are going to add a half double crochet in each. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so now what we are going to do is slip stitch, believe it or not, into this hole down here, and it's gonna pull and tug quite a bit, but it's necessary. Okay, in that same chain space we are going to add a half double crochet. Okay, and then in the next one we are going to add 2, and we're going to go all the way down to the beard. Next one, 2, the next one, 1. 1 second, honey. 1 second. Give me 1 second. And the last one will be 2. Okay. So you want to kind of wiggle it around because it will try to curl. Matter of fact, leave the last one as 1 half double crochet because it's kind of a little too thick. Wait, baby, give me 1 second. And you can cut your yarn now. And pull through your work. Okay, so now we have our hat facing to the left as opposed of having it face to the right. Okay, so like I was telling you previously, because I'm left-handed, I crocheted it to the right side, but now I crocheted it to the left side. Okay, we could weave in all these little strands at the end. Now what we are going to work on is the little pom-pom up here on Santa's hat, and that's extremely simple and easy. We're gonna get our white yarn, and we are going to put our hook through the top point of the hat, hold on to our tail, pull that yarn through, and chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And in that same space we are going to add 5 double crochets, including the first chain 3, so that means 4 more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, take out your hook, go in through one of the spaces over here on this end, pull that through, and then now you have your little pom-pom you can fasten off. Okay, so now we already formed our little pom-pom on the top, and I am going to weave in these ends, and I will show you the next step. Okay, so I weaved in all the little strands, and now I'm going to show you how to make the little mustache. Okay, so what we're going to do for that is make a slip knot, and we are going to chain 10. I'm just going to re-chain it again. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And second from hook, we are going to make a slip stitch. Okay, then in the next 3 chain spaces, we are going to put a half double crochet. One, 2, and 3. Now what we are going to do is slip stitch into the next space. Okay, and then we are going to make 3 more half double crochets in the next 3 chain spaces. 1, 2, 3. Oops, can't seem to get it. Let's try that again. Okay. And one more. And then the last, a slip stitch. Oh wow. Whoops, whoops, and whoops. So many oopsies. And slip stitch. Okay, so now we have our little beard. You can leave a long tail to weave it in, but I'm not going to weave it in or sew it on the face. I am going to glue it on, so it really doesn't matter to me. Now you would want to sew on the mustache if you were going to use it on a baby's blanket or on something that's going to be washed quite often. Then you would definitely want to sew it on. But because this is going to be like an ornament, I'm just going to weave in the little pieces here. And I'm going to turn on my glue gun. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to continue to weave while my glue gun is heating up. And you want to have a good, what you call the needle? I have no idea what you even call it right now. a good tapestry needle, darning needle, a weaving needle, I don't know what it's called, but one that has a large eye hole, so that way your yarn will go through it nice and easy. The needle that I'm using is a tatting needle, so it's very long and the hole isn't as wide. So to make life easier, I would suggest you get a very good tail weaving needle. Okay, so now we have our mustache all ready to go. Now I am going to use a pom-pom as the nose, but you could definitely, sorry about the rattling, you could definitely embroider the nose, but I think it just looks cuter with the sparkly pom-pom. Now this is one of those, whoops, this is one of those fluffy little pom-pom. Okay. And because the glue gun is heating, I am going to get now the black yarn so we can embroider the eyes. And I seem to have misplaced my black yarn. Okay, so now my glue gun is all ready to go. Like I said, if you are going to use this on something that is going to have multiple washes, then you would definitely want to sew the features on. Okay, now I've got my black yarn to embroider the eyes ready to go, and it's easier if you double it. So just choose where you want your eyes to be, and if you don't like the way that it came out, you can always unravel it, undo your work. The only thing is that because it's doubled, it does cause quite a bit of pressure to pull it through. Okay, so I am happy with that. Now I'm going to go on to the other side. Sorry for being off camera, so I'm trying to see myself from behind the camera. So it does make it quite a bit difficult to see because I'm looking from behind the camera. so there you have the eyes. So now what I'm going to do is just tie off in the back and trim away every excess. You could also weave it in if you wanted to. Let's see, where did my scissors go? Okay. I'm just gonna make one more knot. Okay, so there you have it, my lovelies. Hopefully, oh, forgot one more thing. I always forget to embroider the little mouth. How is Santa gonna say ho 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 if there's no mouth? So let's take a piece of our red yarn and let's thread that through our needle, and let's give Santa a little mouth. Oops, sorry. Oops, my needle came off. Let me rethread it. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm going to secure that down. Okay, and trim off the excess. So now we are completely done. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial. Now we have our twin Santas. Like I said, you could definitely just sew two of them together so they'd be double-sided as an ornament. Put them on a scarf, put them on a baby blanket or a table doily or whatever you think. I'm pretty sure you guys will find some clever way of using it. So thanks for watching. This is video number 1 of the 12 days of Christmas, and see you in my next video. Bye.